Oh my God, we're back again. As they say, we are here. We're back. I see some comments. Jenny's here. Yuki, you made it. Kathy Ann is here. Chris. Oh my goodness. I have missed you all. We're back. I have a little bit of postpartum mom brain, but we're going to see how this goes. Great to see everyone again. Happy Friday the 13th. Hope you're not suspicious or superstitious or suspicious. Happy Galentine's Day and Valentine's Day coming up. There's just lots happening this week. Gonna bring the flavor, show you how. There we go. We are so back. All right. Great to see you all. I'm a little rusty, but we're going to get into it. We've got lots of trending topics. We're coming off the Super Bowl. There's a lot to discuss. So say hi. Gibson's here. Oh my goodness. I have appreciated everyone's love and kind notes and just support these past few weeks while we've been gone. But yes, we're back again. Never fear. And again, today's show is sponsored by Zapier. More to come on that, but happy to have them back in the chat. Friday fun day indeed. Just a little stitious. Oh my goodness. Wishing you all good luck on this Friday the 13th. I personally hope that 13 is a lucky number. I know Taylor Swift thinks so. I got married on a 13th of January. So and still going strong. No sign of divorce. So I think it's a lucky number. So yes, Chris is kicking us off. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let us know where you're joining us from. Chris is from Jacksonville, Florida. He is a brand and partnership marketer, and so glad we're back. It's great to see you, Chris. And I know you've gotten some Zapier merch that you've been posting about. A couple of you have been sporting some Zapier merch, so love to see it. If this is your first time joining Pop Chat, a little bit about me. My name is Brianne Fleming. I love all things pop culture and marketing. Joe Ray is here. Pop Chat with Zap. It has been a minute. I'm going to show you guys a Pop Chat exclusive of Baby Zap if you guys want to stick around. But I'm a marketer, but also a pop culture fangirl. I particularly love the Backstreet Boys, so the Super Bowl was really fun for me. And I teach branding and social media at the University of Florida, but I'm taking this semester off to do the mom thing. It's crazy. And I live in Jupiter, Florida with my husband, Sandy, and now our two kids, Thea and Casey, or Baby Zap, I should say. Lathan's here from New York looking for work in brand marketing. Yes, and you'll see Lathan is a smart cookie. So if you're hiring, give Lathan a shout. So please do tell us who you are, where you're from, because unlike what the Backstreet Boys say, I do care who you are, where you're from, and what you do. We also have a special guest. I know last time we met up, I told you that Fiona from Zapier was onto a new chapter, but now we have Yuki joining us. So everyone say hello. I see she's in the chat, and truly everyone from the Zapier team has been amazing. So I'm excited for you guys to connect with her and to get to know her and to see some of her takes and her tips and things that she'll share as we go through these Pop Chat questions today. So it's going to be fun. So welcome, Yuki. So happy you're here. And now, speaking of special guests and Zapier, I want to show you guys a picture of Baby Zap. Here is Baby Zapier Fleming, as you might say. If you know the inside joke on this. But no, this is my 3-week-old son named Casey. I just snapped this picture in between nap times and right before we started the stream today. So he's in his really adorable Zapier onesie. So thank you to the team at Zapier for giving him some cute clothes. Melissa's here from Green Bay. Oh, hope you're staying warm, Melissa. Marketing and events in the branded merch world. Yes, I love your content, Melissa. So keep sharing stuff like that. Yes, everyone's saying hello to Yuki. So excited she's here. And yeah, we're going to jump right into things. But first of all, what is Pop Chat? Baby Zap. I can't believe they just had onesies ready to go. Thank you so much. Yay. Um, yeah, so I'm a little sleep deprived today, you guys. Keep the compliments on my baby coming, they'll never get old. How is his workflow automation? He automatically wakes up every morning at 2:30 and again at 5 and maybe again at 7. So very automated. Very automated. I need to automate some sleep, but we're hanging in there. So, what is Pop Chat? If this is your first time here, it is a fusion of all things marketing and pop culture. We're going to talk about trending topics, but through a pop culture and marketing lens. And with that, we get to know each other really well. We learn who we are beyond our jobs. We get to know what movies and music and things we're into. So, a lot of community and connection happens here. So, go ahead if you haven't yet and connect with some friends you meet here at Pop Chat. It just makes me so happy. So send some DMs and make friends. I know. He's rocking it. It's the best. Oh, Jennifer's here. Can't stay long. Doctor's appointment. Jennifer, in case you missed it though, I gotta show you Baby Zap. Oh, there's Yuki and there's Baby Zap. So the way Pop Chat works is, of course, be you, share your thoughts. There's no right or wrong answers to these questions. Share what you think, reply to others, connect, and have fun. We keep it pretty casual around here. And if you're new to Zapier, what is Zapier? It is AI and automation all in one place, as their website says, but it is an amazing way to get all of the tools and apps that you use to talk to each other. So you can have, your newsletter platform talk to Facebook and have different things just integrated, and you're able to just really automate your workflow and optimize the things that you're doing because you're not just using these apps in a vacuum. You can connect your email to, the syncing calendars and all kinds of different things. So there are over 8,000 integrations and apps that you can experiment with. So go ahead and scan this QR code and get automating. I know a lot of you have already started playing around with this and have created some really fun zaps, and I've got some suggestions for you later in the chat, so stay tuned. And Amrapali is still loving her Pop Chat Britney sweater. What a throwback. If you know, you know. Speaking of throwbacks, thank you. We're going into our icebreaker question. What is a brand that sparks nostalgia for you? What's a brand that sparks nostalgia for you? It could be a favorite toy brand that you had and loved growing up. It could be, a store you used to shop at when you were a teenager, just something that's always been a staple in your life, or maybe it's a food item that you haven't seen in a while. For me, did anyone else love those Flintstone push pops? Big fan of those. And yes, check out Zapier. Thanks for the link, Yukthi. We also have Brianna says, I signed up for Zapier because I saw Brianne Fleming do it. I appreciate that a lot. And you got an awesome box from them. Hamburger Helper. So on brand, Brianna. Yes, true nostalgia. If you can, go ahead and share. I know you've shared a write-up about Hamburger Helper and just growing up with that and your mom making it for you. And we just know you're the Hamburger Helper queen. So this was the easiest icebreaker question ever. Capri Sun, yes. Did anyone else's school, like the girls at school, would make purses out of Capri Sun? Anyone remember that? That is truly a throwback. I don't know if it was just my school. I don't think so. But I don't know how trends took off back then without social media. But here in South Florida, we were making purses out of Capri Sun packages. Really weird stuff. Lisa Frank. Absolutely. Oh, when Coca-Cola came in glass bottles, aging myself. Yes. And speaking of burgers and stuff, really just McDonald's, getting those Happy Meals. I remember my first Beanie Baby was because of the toy in McDonald's Happy Meals. Barbie, Coca-Cola, Slinky. How about Skip It? I don't know what brand actually made those though. But yeah, good times. Fisher Price. I didn't have little people. Are little people? I thought they were newer. I didn't have them though. I didn't have them until recently. My daughter has them. But I had like other Fisher Price stuff. Little Debbie, one of my friend's dads was a driver for them, so we went to pick up some leftover snacks at the end of his route, and my grandma always bought us every holiday Little Debbie snack. Cue the Christmas trees. Oh my goodness. Guys, why am I still coughing? I am no longer pregnant. I know I had an excuse before, so I apologize. But Little Debbie, does Little Debbie, are they the zebra cakes? Does she do zebra cakes? Because that was my favorite. Surge. Oh my God. Rest in peace, Surge. I could still just like see the packaging in my head. Capri Sun flip phones. Do tell. Dean is here. Hello, Dean. Amrapali says Folgers, Limca, or Polly Pocket. Capri Sun purse. Okay. Let me Google it. I think you can you can get them on eBay. But yeah, you would take all of the pack. Here they are. Oh my gosh. Just Google Capri Sun purse. Share this tab. Yeah, this little contraption. Wait, here's one that's a better shot. Leave it to Reddit, you know? Oh, this one, they got crafty and they put some denim on it. Yeah, you would just like sew all of the packages together. Couldn't be sanitary, you know? So what happens if I close this? Okay, hold the phone. We got to reshare. But yeah, that fun times. Limited to, oh, the best, $2. You still can get glass bottles in Australia. Mattel. Found my Beanie Babies at my mom's place. Thank you was the brand. Oh, TY was the brand for Beanie Babies. Yes. Yes. I thought you were saying thank you. Little Debbie zebra cakes. The best. I need one. You can make one. Oh my goodness. I'm sure this is a thing. I'm sure this is already a thing. Hubba Bubba bubble gum was a commodity in high school. Yes. I went to the Little Debbie factory store. I'm obsessed. Christmas tree cakes. Is that in Tennessee, Kyle? That's upcycling. Yes, we were sustainable elementary school kids. Yes, old school MTV. Ugh, the best when it actually played music. TRL, all the shows that we probably shouldn't have been watching. Good times. Okay, as much as I love going down this nostalgic rabbit hole with you, AOL CDs. There's a Britney and NSYNC McDonald's AOL CD that I think they put, you could get it with a meal. Bubble tape. Oh my God. Recently rewatched when the channel launched. Yeah, you can find all that on YouTube. So cool. Okay, let's get into today in pop culture history. We already touched on this a little bit, but hashtag holidays and little things to celebrate Friday the 13th. If you are superstitious and you have a superstition you want to share, let us know in the chat. And also, happy Galentine's Day for the girls. Just really any excuse for me to share this photo from Sex and the City. It's like one of my favorite pictures in pop culture ever. Little Debbie is in Chattanooga. What happened to Ask Jeeves? How do we ask him where he went? Ask Jeeves, Alta Vista. Yeah, we grew up on those search engines, you know? Man. So happy Galentine's Day, girls. Jeeves retired. There was a whole storyline. What? Jeeves is probably hanging out with Cliffy. Oh my God. That's so funny. Now I'm trying to think of like other retired like brand mascots. Yes, Friday the 13th. Very spooky. And also this week, we are celebrating 39 years of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia flavor. And this is actually a really interesting story if you go and read it on his website or on Ben & Jerry's website. But this idea actually came from a fan, both of Ben & Jerry's and of the Grateful Dead, which is where Jerry Garcia, that's what he was known for, playing in the Grateful Dead. and they proposed this Cherry Garcia flavor, and it was one of their first sort of pop culture fusion types of flavors. Now they have fish food, they have the tonight dough, and all these things, and it's just proof that your fans can come up with your best ideas and your customers. This also, Jerry Garcia once said, was the most flattering thing that ever happened to him. So treat yourself this Galentine's and Valentine's Day. Maybe go pick up a pint and enjoy some Cherry Garcia ice cream in honor of its anniversary. Double Friday the 13th, February and March. Ooh, so we'll be back again in March. Ooh, Nintendo and Dunkaroos. I was always a big fan of the vanilla Dunkaroos just because they had the sprinkles. Brilliant branding. Ask said goodbye to him. Oh, wait, this is about Ask Jeeves. Ask said goodbye to him by sending Jeeves on a worldwide retirement tour was a really cute move before they got rid of him. Yes, we would have rioted if they just like canned him and didn't do the proper send off. So good to know. I had no idea. I do remember they had an Ask Jeeves float in the Macy's parade. I don't know what year it was, but that's pretty nostalgic too. All right, trending topics, shifting gears to a sad note, but I'm not over this. Rest in peace, James Van Der Beek. So sad, so young, so tragic. I don't know if this is hitting anyone else pretty hard. I assume so. Dawson's Creek fans, anyone? I admit I've never seen Dawson's Creek. I don't know how I can claim to like pop culture and not have seen Dawson's Creek. I will say though, I'm more of like I was more of a music rabbit hole kind of girl. So Dawson's Creek and some of the other sitcoms, or not sitcoms, but teen dramas of that era, I missed out on. That's what Cracker Barrel should have done. Send the old branding on a world tour. Danny's here. Hope I didn't miss anything too juicy. You did miss a picture of Baby Zap. Is this it? Nope, that's Yukthi again. Say hello to Yukthi from Zapier. And also Baby Zap. Loved him on Dancing with the Stars. That's how I knew him as well. Seemed like a really great guy. 6 children. I know. It's so sad. Too young, 48 years old, 6 kids. I know. I cried and donated to the GoFundMe. I can't believe the family is just out of funds with 6 children and just trying to keep him around as long as possible. But wanted to send some love to one of our favorite heartthrobs, James Van Der Beek. Very sad. I know. Do we think we're going to see a spike in the name Dawson in baby names? I think that'd be a cute way to honor him. So rest in peace. But shifting gears a little bit, we of course have to talk about the Super Bowl. And before the game, we also need to talk about just Charlie Puth and his rendition of the national anthem, which he said he did an arrangement in honor of Whitney Houston. So, Kathy Ann, I know you're a big Whitney Houston fan. But one thing that was notable about this, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but everyone was talking about this camera angle. Let me see if I could share it actually. Yeah, let me do this again. Can you see this? Yeah, this camera shot of just him doing his end note, and then they get the flyover. It goes over, woo, and then I think there's some more pyrotechnics, maybe not, but just a beautiful shot. And you can see someone said, "Holy smoke! Someone give this cameraman a raise while you're at it. Give them an Oscar." This is pure cinema, arguably the greatest clip of all time. And let me get back to my slides here. Yeah, Peter Burns here tracked down who actually was the cameraman, a guy named Mike Germond, elite talent. I asked him about the shot, and his response was, "I did not think the world was going to eat it up like that. I've done that shot a half a dozen times at Indy 500, and it just seemed natural." So everyone's really loving this shot, and it just got me thinking about what we're doing on social media. So I'm curious, what's one way to improve production value of social media content? Especially in this world that we live in where it's scrappy, we're doing short form, we're all about authenticity and maybe polish is has gone out the window a bit, but I don't know, this just like I'm blown away by the appreciation people are having for this shot and pure cinema, as people are saying. So, do we need to bring cinema to social media a little more? And what's one thing we can all do on social media to improve the production value of our content? Loved his rendition. He is so talented. It's insane. I love watching his TikToks too, where he breaks down how songs are made. Shot was just too good. Oh, Kathy Ann, don't worry, we'll catch you up. Gibson, what did I miss? What was this referring to? I'm chatting too much. Not overproducing. Ooh, can you elaborate, Kyle? What does overproduction look like? I liked how this was, you know, it was beautifully done, but it was still like one shot. It's live TV, so of course it's not um like a crazy edit, but it didn't feel overproduced. It was just great timing. So, what's one simple way, share any little tip you have to improve production value of social media content? Lathan says, social media being scrappy fits when the brand aligns. Something like a Super Bowl national anthem was on TV but got shared later. If the video is strong, that will transcend platforms. Yes, well said. Well said. Yeah, I like how you kind of talk about the medium here and how it made sense for the Super Bowl. Monique says metaphorically and literally take a step back and look around at what is going on in the world that you are creating. Yeah, I like that. Like maybe there's something more to the shot and to the storyline and to the production that you're not missing because you're so focused on it. Um, yeah, keep it simple and trust your instincts. Always a good idea. And that's kind of what that cameraman was saying. It was just kind of like a shot he's done. Seemed very instinctual to him. Gibson, I'm glad somebody said it. This is what I would have added. Good audio. Having a good mic elevates content without feeling overproduced. Yeah, and I'd argue that good audio is more important than anything else when it comes to video because if the lighting's not perfect or something's maybe a little grainy or hard to see, that's one thing, but if you can't hear um what people are saying, well, it makes the whole viewing experience awful. My favorite Charlie Puth video was him identifying the notes and tones of football sounds like a whistle, or like a whistle, a football hitting the goalpost, etc. He is just his brain and his perfect pitch and everything. I could just watch him and listen to him all day. Kathy Ann says maybe don't rush too much the production, like a balance of a quick, authentic content, like the balance of quick, authentic content, but some high ticket content can be more TV, high quality. Yeah, and I think that's a good way that you're not like alienating your audience or seeming too perfect all the time, is to have that balance. Yukvi says, in my opinion, human generated video always wins for connection. Use AI for scripting and support and automate scheduling so creators can focus on being on camera. Yes, that kind of helps streamline the process. And yeah, if you can put a face to your content, especially in this AI world that we're living in now, absolutely. And we're going to talk more about this later, Yukvi. So thank you. Use a tripod. The simplest little thing. Yes. Yes. Balance. Steadiness. Stop using stock photos on social platforms and add brand photo shoots to the budget. Say that again. I know, because all these brands are using the same stock photos. So you want your photos to truly be branded and unique to your company. Benjamin's here and he says, I think just testing new formats is a good way to really improve social media copy. But I also feel with the platform like TikTok, you don't really need high production value. It feels more authentic when it's a bit like amateur, if that makes sense. That does make sense. Absolutely. So I think audiences, do we do we crave higher production quality from creators sometimes, or are we okay with scrappiness all the time? Kyle says not overproducing just means pick up the phone, shoot, don't add too much in the edit. People enjoy scrappy. There you go. Yes, and Jason's here. Jason's coming for that trivia question. I know it. Trust the creators you hire, like you said, not overly edited, not too many hands involved. Yes, that is key. Not too many hands. That can really just dilute a great idea if you have too many people touching it. Dean says it's all about knowing what is coming and being prepared for the next feature. Example, the flyover happening as the anthem finishes. Yeah, I'm sure also, I mean, they had to have rehearsed the flyover too, right? So even that could be a part of this. Is just, yeah, like you said, knowing knowing what you're doing, knowing what's coming. Don't let there be any surprises. 100% agree. Or if you have to lean into stock photos, deep dive into the library to find some photos that don't feel too generic and too commercial. Yeah, because we do need them sometimes. Overproduction just feels too much like an ad. Having good audio and understanding, you need to stand in front of a window for good lighting is all you need. Yes, we love a little natural light. Chris says edit copy so it's clear and concise, takes more time and thought, but makes all the difference. Yes, I edited this a few times before clicking enter. Yes, taking out like filler content, as I just said, but taking out any filler content can really streamline things too. Tripod. Matthew's here. Great to see you. Creative dies in the boardroom. Well, thank you all for your great ideas to keep great creative going. But let's stay on the topic of bad creative because my goodness, this Ring ad, if you didn't see it, let me catch you up because I know a few people said they didn't catch the Super Bowl this year. But Ring decided to promote this new feature called Search Party, and they positioned it as a way to help owners find lost dogs. And they said 10 million dogs go missing every year. And you can upload a picture of your dog to Ring, and AI will scan outside your camera, your Ring camera, and see if your dog has walked by and, identify your dog from that camera. And then it said, oh, we save one dog per day, which is not nothing. But I saw someone on Twitter pointed out, like you said, you save 10 million dogs go missing and you save one per day. It's like 0.03% or something ridiculous. All in all, people are very creeped out about this. It feels like an invasion of privacy. And right before Pop Chat, I noticed that they are backpedaling on this feature. I didn't read the full article if anyone is up to speed on it. Oh, Matthew, was this about Vanderbeek maybe? Might be late, but great to see you. How did they not expect people to abuse that feature? So my theory is that, and I've always thought this, is if you put dogs in your content, it has to perform well. Like if you position it in a way and there's cute dogs, like that makes everything better. So maybe that's why they thought it would be great. Like, oh, people love dogs. But no, we like privacy as well. Very big brothery. We're only going to use this to find lost dogs. Wink, wink. Yeah, it was pretty sketchy. People are like disconnecting their Ring cameras and saying they're never buying from them again. Ring did not think this through. Does it work on faces? That's the thing. If it works on dogs, it's got to work on faces, I guess. The Ring ad was so bad. I will say it made me happy to have so many people realize the negatives of this. Yeah, I didn't realize it in the moment. I admit when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute and cool. And then seeing the backlash, I was like, you know what? Everyone's right. Oh, yeah. I've seen Alfonso Ribeiro's post about James Vanderbeek too. They had a really sweet friendship. So, my goodness, like I said, they're backpedaling this. But my question to you is, what's one way brands can recover trust quickly after a controversial campaign? because they really thought this was going to work. They really thought this was a great feature and a good idea, and reuniting people with dogs. Who doesn't love that? But woof, no pun intended. Woof, it did not go so well. So, what's one way brands can recover trust quickly after a controversial campaign? Speaking of that, I didn't put it in this presentation, but has anyone seen what's going on with Frida Mom as well? I don't know if anyone's familiar with that brand, but they are getting just boycotted, and they're all over Twitter for some of their packaging. And I don't know if anyone's seen it, but I don't want to get into the details, but I'm just curious if anyone's seen it. If not, DM me and I will get you up to speed. I mean, if you just wanted to have dogs in a commercial, why not? Why not have a dog and a kid coming back after a walk and seeing them after your Ring camera, knowing it's them for the ad? Oh my goodness. That would be cute. Yukthi, apologizing and accountability really doesn't get any better than that. Very simple. But yeah, I wonder if they will apologize for this one. Cracker Barrel could probably answer this one. Yeah, I feel like people have really come around on Cracker Barrel. Yeah, apologize for not hitting the mark. Ads are meant to spur action. I doubt Ring thought the public would bully them into ending their partnership with Flock. Yeah, they really did. Where did you guys see all of this backlash? Because I'm still on Twitter, and that's where I've seen most of this conversation. I'm curious if it's bubbled up for you anywhere else. Probably on LinkedIn too. Apologize, plain and simple. Lathan says, I think there's a lot to be said when a brand comes out and admits a mistake. Make a video, acknowledge a mistake, and make plans to improve. Yes, transparency, apologize. Oh man, I love this side conversation happening. Amazing. Amy, let's catch up because they're going viral on Twitter right now. Long story short, they sell products for postpartum and also, just pregnancy and products for babies and stuff. And they have a lot of sexual innuendos in their packaging that people are just now discovering and tweeting about and putting them all just like in plain sight for people to see. And everyone's like, this is absolutely disgusting. Especially since it's a brand with children's products. Apologize, acknowledge what was wrong, clearly state what they are doing to improve the execution. In Ring's case, how they will go the extra step to protect your data. I think that is crucial here. Not only that we remove the feature, but we will protect you by these steps. You know what, Kathy Ann? You get my little sparkle sound for the day. Where is it? Do. Oh, oh wait, hold on. Woo! Did it play? Woo! Ah! Yeah, I think that is a an important thing to note here. Jennifer says, I don't think the campaign was so much a negative as the functionality of the product itself. So maybe that's a better question. If your product has questionable capabilities, intrusive, easily abused, maybe that's the negative to fix and address. Yeah, thankfully they don't have to like scrap the entire Ring camera. It's just a feature that you can turn off and maybe they won't roll out anymore. Oh, TikTok. Yes, makes sense. Charlie Puth and his perfect pitch. You know what, Amy? I went back and looked at some of my Freedom Mom stuff that I own, and at least on the there's like a snot sucker that you could get for your babies when they're congested. That I bought it 2 years ago, and that had the innuendos on it. Very surprising. So anyway, that's happening to them. Let's talk more Super Bowl. What did we think about this Dunkin' ad where they made our favorite 90s stars younger and really leaned into nostalgia with this one, but also AI. This one, Ring creeped people out. This one creeped me out a little bit. I was like, what is going on? But here's a stat for you. 23% of Super Bowl commercials this year featured AI. That's 15 of the 66 ads, according to sources. Matthew says authenticity beats perfection every time. Absolutely. Express regret, be open to questions. Yeah, don't just kind of close the conversation there. I like that idea. Make better choices. Skip the apology video and create a campaign that's really self-aware and a little self-deprecating. Yeah, I do like when brands do that when the tone is right, or when the mistake is like innocent enough to where they can do that. Aw, we're catching you up, but yeah, they this was about Duncan and they made like a Goodwill Hunting spoof. And yeah, they just I mean, we have Fresh Prince, we have Seinfeld, Family Matters, Friends. AI was creepy, but it was done in an obvious way. Oh, I like that. That kind of makes it okay, right? It's like they're not trying to be sneaky about it. Like clearly this is AI. But my question for you is on nostalgia because I saw some tweets about this too. What may a brand risk when it leans too heavily on nostalgia? Is it a crutch? Lathan says the Duncan ad was not as good as people are saying. Most people liked it because of nostalgia, but I think it was lazy going through as many shows and actors in 30 seconds. I think that's an interesting take. Yeah. It's like, here, let's just stuff all this nostalgia into one commercial. Creepy. Yeah. We've seen de-aging in movies for actors and characters, so that didn't bug me. I thought it was funny. I was like, how many 90s sitcoms can they pack into one ad? Yeah, and I think I think why it doesn't bug me is that they usually will just show the actor or actress just trying to look younger, but this was just like, whoa, this isn't even just hair and makeup. Uh, yeah. So a brand risks alienating a new audience if they lean too heavily on nostalgia. What else? Are we talking about the anthropology rock? What is this? Anthro rock. But yeah, alienating a new audience, that's one thing. Anything else that pop nostalgia can do that's maybe a con? Yeah, may not reach younger audiences that won't relate to back in the day. Yeah. Mhm. Who may not be aware of why that nostalgia is moving. Mhm. Kyle says nostalgia can be a crutch, but I think people coming into their 30s and 40s love the throwback. The risk is the younger generation not getting the joke. I'm trying to think if do we think nostalgia is being used more than ever? Like when we were the younger generation. Now I guess we're the old generation. I don't know. When we were the younger generation, did we see a lot of nostalgia that we didn't get? Like were there a lot of I don't know, I Love Lucy and Brady Bunch references that maybe we weren't around for? Um, but were shown a lot. Nostalgia is a double-edged sword. You're banking that your audience has the shared memory. If they don't, you risk alienation. Yeah, and I think that's something I'm going to touch on the next slide, Jennifer, is shared memories. Like if everything is nostalgia, are we no longer creating new culture? Like that's something kind of scary to think about. Nostalgia done poorly can come off as tone deaf or try hard. Yes. And do we think that was the case in this commercial, Chris? Like, were they trying to do too much? Yep, very rooted in culture. Not everyone is related to. It can be cheesy. Yukthi says too much nostalgia can make a brand feel stuck in the past. Audiences want relevance and memories. That's where using AI to streamline creative workflows helps keep things timely and real. Well said. Yeah, you don't want you don't want your brand to feel like it's only known for nostalgia. Um, the more current it is, you want to still be innovating. So, yeah. Speaking from the branded merch industry, Melissa says nostalgia has been a trend for years, And now merch buyers are getting younger and younger, and it may not hit the same. I'm interested to see how it evolves. Melissa, I wonder too if there's like some parallels here because with merch, I also kind of think it goes hand in hand with fashion and like old trends becoming new again. So, oh, Matthew, have you ever lost a pet? I'd give up some privacy to get my baby back. Oh, that's true too. I don't know. I do feel like there's not a good way to communicate about lost pets and finding a lost animal. Like people are just showing up in Facebook groups and it's it's okay, but I thought this was a great way that we could do better, but it changes. Now I'm seeing 2000s nostalgia and my daughters are loving it. I remember the first time I saw that like high schoolers were dressing up for like 2000s day. Like, oh my God, what happened? People want to remember and relive simpler, happier times. Nostalgia can do that. Kathy Ann says, I think my dad would talk to me about the things that are nostalgic to him when we saw it on TV or something. But with media so fragmented, those conversations are not happening. Ugh. Ugh. I know. I love when my dad does that. I think we are more exposed to nostalgia right now with the internet, whereas when we were younger, we were kind of just stuck being exposed to what was on TV. Yes, we couldn't really go down nostalgic rabbit holes. Benjamin says he posted about this. When you lean too heavily into nostalgia, a brand risks actually connecting back to itself. Nostalgia is a good tactic because it pulls us in and makes us feel in on it. But that becomes your commercial and nobody will remember what brand it was for. Yeah, I don't really remember like much of the storyline of the commercial. I know they called it Goodwill Dunkin', but I don't remember the dialogue or anything like that. Ooh, the 90s and 2000s sitcom reboots only lasting 1 to 2 seasons. Younger generations don't care. Yeah, I know. I think like when they tried to do Girl Meets World, didn't last. But I thought this tweet was interesting. Elliot Roberts, he is a YouTuber who talks about the Beatles. And he says, I say this as someone who talks about the Beatles for a living. We need to let go of our collective obsession with nostalgia. It's placing us in a world devoid of creativity and completely bankrupting us culturally. I was like, woof. I think that's well said. And it's hard to admit, but I think it's true. I think it's true. So nostalgia, it's been fun, but maybe we need to move on. But I will not move on from the Backstreet Boys. Hope you saw them in the Backstreet Bowl, as we're calling it. Lots of Backstreet Boys news. They were in or featured in 2 commercials. They were in the T-Mobile commercial, and then maybe you saw the Coinbase one with the karaoke, which was pretty fun, but a lot of people hated it because of crypto. X-Men 97 was a perfect example of using nostalgia marketing. Benjamin, maybe you need to do a post about that. And also in Backstreet News, just because this is my show and I'm going to talk about them if I want to, and you guys are fans, I know it. They're doing Shape of My Heart pizza for Valentine's Day with Pizza Hut. So treat yourself and go get some heart-shaped pizza. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow night. My husband and I are celebrating Valentine's Day tonight. So tomorrow night, we'll order pizza. It's going to be fun. It was a great day for the Backstreet Boys on Super Bowl Sunday. Yes. And now I don't know if you've seen, but during their recent show at the Sphere, AJ just blurted out loud. He's like, what do you guys think about the Backstreet Boys for the 2027 Super Bowl halftime? And the media has picked this up. I personally, I love them and I think it would be amazing, but I don't think it will happen. But I love the manifestation and I like thinking it's going to happen. So we'll go with that. Okay, friends, it's Feel Good Friday, despite it being Friday the 13th. So share some good news, something going on. I know it's been a while since we've caught up, but here's a little break in the marketing conversation to share something you want to share. Maybe it's something you've been working on, something you're proud of. Maybe it's something fun you have planned this weekend. Really, anything goes. My Feel Good Friday is that I had a baby. So I'm just happy to be back with you all. And I also, right after Pop Chat, Brianna and Danny and Noah and Alicia and Patrick and our friends from LinkedIn are hosting a Yappy Hour. So I believe this is camera on too. So you guys can go and chat and yap, and you're going to have breakout rooms, and just it's a great way to network and meet some other smart marketers and really cool professionals. So go ahead and hop into that right after this. If you need help finding the link, go to Brianna's profile and then click events, and you can see it right there. So go have fun. But now let's get into the pop quiz. I've also got trivia for you. Duncan was the best ad. My Feel Good Friday news, I guess, is that I apparently hit 500 connections on here. Yay! Maybe some of them are from Pop Chat. All my meetings were canceled today. Love that for you. See, Friday the 13th is good luck. Kyle Harris says, I launched a newsletter called You Signed Up for This and somehow got yousignedupforthis.com. Drop the link. Love a peek into your brain, Kyle. Have the day off. Loving this. Oh, I missed this one. Today's episode is not sponsored by Hint, but that'd be cool if we could get some free Hint. I would send it to all of you. Let's see. Any other Feel Good Friday? Go ahead. But otherwise, get your fingers ready for trivia because it's Feel Good Friday, and I have a pop quiz for you in honor of James Vanderbeek. The first person who can answer this will win some Zapier merch. So my question for you is, what is the Dawson's Creek theme song? I ideally want the title and artist if you can get both. But I'm trying to see how obscure this is. So if you only know the title, just go for it. Jenny's getting her hair done later. Good for you. Doing anything different? That's a nice, Friday feeling. Nice trip to the salon. What is the Dawson's Creek theme song, friends? Keep sharing your thoughts. Yuki is ready. We're ready to give some merch, folks. Does anyone know? You guys are good. You guys are good. Jason, I know. Are you using AI to to answer these as fast as possible? So Jason seems to know every trivia question we ever do here. I admire it. He is just a wealth of pop culture knowledge. But yes, this is correct. But Jason, if it's okay with you, since I know you've already gotten some Zapier merch, Amrapali was right behind you. I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole. And Jennifer was right there. Yeah. Awesome merch. It's been in my head since the news hit. I know. I did play it yesterday. I want Jason's fiber optic or whatever answer came up before I heard Bree voice the question. I know. Jason, his computer, I don't know. Jason is a mind reader. How does he do it? Okay, I think we're going to need to see that on video then, Jason. So Yukthi is ready to shower Amrapali with some merch, aren't you, Yukthi? They have awesome merch. Yes, I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole. And here's some of Zapier's cool merch that I know some of you have already been sporting. Yes, I literally don't understand. Yeah, maybe Jason is, I don't know, his connection is faster. I don't know. What commercial is I Don't Want to Wait for My Lunch to Get Colder? Is this trivia or is this an honest question? I that's not ringing a bell for me, but it does seem like that would be an ad. Jason is a cheating time traveler. Maybe Jason will know the answer to this one, to Benjamin's question. All right, Amrapali, we are going to shower you with some merch. Thank you guys for playing. Merch is on the way, but we also, speaking of this conversation about AI, I know we've seen Duncan use it in kind of a weird way, a unique way, and that there are a lot of ways that AI can make your content seem sometimes robotic, but if done right, it can make your content a little bit more relevant. So, as part of our conversation with Zapier today, what's one way you've used AI to make your content feel more human, not less? More human, not less. Did you make that up? Yeah, we need to Google this. Family Guy? We need some of Jason's Wi-Fi. Guys, why am I so out of breath and coughing? I'm so sorry. I feel short of breath. Deep breaths. Maybe I just need to come up for air once in a while. That could be it. So what's one way you can use AI to make your content feel more human, not less? And I've got a zap for you that you can try. But really, I think the gist of it is that you need AI to understand the who of whatever project you're working on and using it for. Remove M dashes. Yes. Matthew, sorry if these are coming up delayed. Nostalgia is a drug. It has always been that way. A longing for the past that didn't actually exist except in our minds. I know. It's like the closest thing we have to time travel, isn't it? Organizing my thoughts. AI is so good for that. Yes, absolutely. Especially when like all my work looks like chicken scratch. I'm like, can you just can AI help me take a breath and organize things when I'm just rambling on? Lathan says, I use AI to get me unstuck or start the process and go from there. Yeah, I love using AI to like, not to come up with your ideas, but to aid you in the ideation process by like asking you prompts or giving you these kind of creative drills that you can do to pull the ideas out of your brain. Kyle says, research. I always use Perplexity to search pain points, desired outcomes from Reddit, Google, YouTube, etc., to understand the audience, then use those findings as content ideas, keywords, language, and the language the audience uses. Sounds like you're a strategist, Kyle. That's exactly how you do things strategically, is having a full understanding of your audience and going from there. Polishing my rambling. Ditto. So far, it's been the other way around. I use AI as the base draft and then humanize it by editing. That works too. But here's one thing you can do. Here's a zap, and it kind of stems along with what Kyle is saying here. You might be at a point where your content is falling flat or it isn't connecting with your audience. It's just missing the mark. So what you can do is automatically get AI suggestions to make your post more targeted and effective. And you do this by creating a new draft of a piece of content, whether it's a blog post, LinkedIn, a newsletter. And then once you provide Zapier with information about your audience, it will analyze that content using that context and suggest edits to make it more resonant. So understanding about your target audience, what tone and style your brand usually speaks in, and just all of those insights, loading it in there, and they can look at your content and your draft and make it align with those findings. So the result is that your content lands better with readers, drives stronger engagement, and stays aligned with your audience. So I love that. You don't keep all those audience insights to yourself. Use AI to help them understand the problem at hand and what you're trying to create, and it can make just better, harder hitting content that's going to resonate more. Smooth my writing flow. Kathy Ann says, I use it to outline and describe target personas collected and developed through human research and interviews, and then human edit content based on their writer knowledge and the AI human collaboration. So yeah, you're using AI to help you streamline those audience insights. Then once you have them, plug it right back in, and it's gonna make your content, like I said, more resonant. Yuki says to try this app, and if you're interested in seeing what else Zapier can do, don't forget you can do a free 14-day trial. So if you're on LinkedIn and you can copy and paste this, please do check out that link from Yuki. Thank you, Yuki. I have seen folks save hours with this. Yeah, it really just takes the guesswork out of what you're creating. It's like you're trying to remember an entire target audience and how they think, and create all these scenarios of what would resonate with that person. Use AI to help you understand who they are. Chris says, I've been using it as a focus group lately. What would this segment think of this? What would they object to or potentially misunderstand? Oh, that is a really good prompt. Wait, you're going to get my sparkles. Bing. Here we go. Yes. Because you're right. There are so many segments and different types of audience members to know about and understand. Okay. We've got one more question, one more topic to cover, and that is industry news. Instagram is exploring a feature about mini dramas. And the headline is, your next binge on Instagram could be creator-made mini dramas. Instagram may soon let creators publish short episodic dramas directly within the app. So it really is seeming like we're second screening and just watching full-fledged dramas and basically TV on our phones these days. But to elaborate, Social Media Today says the mini drama format essentially sees full-length productions split into tiny episodes that people can then tune into on TikTok. The plots of these shows tend to be soap opera style, Hallmark movie-esque escapism, as explained by Business Insider. The plots often revolve around tropes like badly behaving husbands or werewolf romance, which generally end on cliffhanger confessions to keep people coming back for more. So there's a lot of retention happening here because the drama, I mean, those cliffhangers are leaving people wanting to see what happens. So two that kind of come to mind for me were the Who the F Did I Marry series, which was kind of like a mini drama reality show because this actually happened to her. But then we also saw, did anyone tune into the group chat series last year? This was so entertaining. This one woman acted out this entire drama of friends kind of going down and arguing in the group chat. Brooklyn Coffee Shop. Yes, thank you for this because I wanted to see some examples of brands versus individual creators that may be taking part in the mini drama trend. So I'm going to check that out. I'm going to keep reading these, but I want to put the question up while we're right at 2:00. So knowing that mini dramas are becoming a trend, both for creators and apparently for brands, what skills become more important to create engaging mini dramas? As a marketer, as a creator, what skills may you need particularly to do this type of content well? Layson says, one of my favorite social media productions is a soap opera that a film student made in an IKEA in Pasadena. He made 5 full episodes before being caught. Aw, let him live. DIY Quibi. Yeah, Quibi in the palm of your hand. Both of those had me so hooked, but now creators have to be so creative to make me keep watching. Yeah, and I like that at least on Instagram, the way this feature will work is there's going to be like a specific tab where you can see the full series. But I hate when everyone's like, oh, stay tuned for part 2 or part 3, and I can't find it. Or it was an old video and it's buried. Kyle says, knowing how to work with actors and agents. Yes, I think. Bye, Jennifer. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I think acting is actually a really big part of this. And fun fact, Kyle has experimented with acting and has acting credits. I don't know if you're on IMDb, Kyle, but um it makes sense that you brought this up. Script writing, yes, storytelling, videography, pacing. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Yeah, these are maybe some things that you wouldn't traditionally see in a description of what people are looking for in a social media manager. Or like, I know there was that big headline a few weeks ago about how brands are looking to hire storytellers. Like that is the job title. So yeah, I think that aligns with this trend and what we're seeing. Any other skills? I think you also just, I mean, with any social media manager or anyone making content, you need to um have a good understanding of your audience and what cliffhangers are gonna be, the good stopping points, how to keep people engaged. So I think there's a lot of psychology involved in that and consumer behavior. For what it's worth, he got caught after 5 episodes, but he made 2 more with the store's blessing and finished the series, right? That would really be the cliffhanger. Like, no, I can't can't get in trouble now. I have 2 more parts of this to do. These micro dramas are going to start having SAG and AFTRA contracts, and we're going to see real actors getting paid real money. ClickUp has hired actors for their social content. Ooh, this is a 2026 or just future prediction I have yet to see. So, Kyle, like I said, you sometimes have a crystal ball with the things you put out there. So, I bet this will happen. All right, friends. It is 2:03. This has been so fun. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you next week. Zapier is going to be back. Yukthi is going to be back. We're going to do another giveaway. Jason, I love you, but I'm sure Jason will be back. So everyone come with their game faces on with trivia next week, or just a stronger Wi-Fi connection. I don't know. But Jason, thanks for being a good sport and letting some of this merch go around to our other Pop Chat friends here. But thank you again, you guys, for bearing with me through my maternity hiatus. It is just so great to be back, and I look forward to this every week. And Pop Chat is kind of the one thing I'm trying to keep going through having a toddler and a newborn. So I really put a lot of time and thought into this, and the fact that you guys show up and have fun really just means the world to me. This is like my outlet for connection when I'm usually just playing on the floor or getting spit up on or, talking baby talk all day. So thank you. I always have just as much fun as you do. So thank you so much. Great to see everybody. See what I did there? I will say hi to Baby Zab. I'm going to go give him some love and snuggles. Everyone go join Yappy Hour if you want to keep this going. Thank you. Anthony's here. Thank you so much. Good to be back. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, thank you, Yukthi. Thanks for joining. Everyone go connect with her. Go follow Zapier. Baby Zap loves you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.